Good afternoon, guys, and welcome back to some more driver testing. You will have seen last week we did the test with the Cobra and the Ping G430.
Correct.
Again, not performing as good as these two, so like I said, we're going to test these against each other now. What we want to do, though, is going to hit a few more shots. So we're going to hit 5 shots with each driver inside, and then we're going to get out on the golf course, and Dave's going to actually hit them off a tee when we've got a fairway, when we're actually thinking a little bit more about scoring, and see how it performs out there. Again, sounds slightly different in here, and when we all know when we're hitting down a driving range, we probably try and hit it a little bit harder because it doesn't matter if the ball disappears.
Yeah, because it's not my ball.
Because
if it gets lost.
It's not Dave's pinnacle gold. So we've got TrackMan set up again, guys, so we're going to put that on the screen. We'll show you the dispersion. The main thing we want to look at with these drivers is obviously, yes, how does it perform for distance, but also dispersion. We want to see for Dave which one's the most consistent of hitting the fairway. We saw last week the Ping numbers wasn't bad, but the dispersion, we had 135 yards left, 135 yards right, and then we had one down the middle. So again, could have been 2 lost golf balls and 1 down the middle. Is not going to be great for Dave's scoring.
No.
Cobra just didn't get the distance, wasn't really the best for Dave. We had to change the tee height because he did feel like the face was a little bit shallower.
Yeah, that was going to roof it,
Which
and then I'd have had to buy it.
Dave, because Dave is nice and shallow.
So
with that, with the triple diamond, we are still waiting for the normal Paradym to come in. We want to then compare those two. So there's a lot of testing, guys, but I want you to comment below. We want to give Dave some testing with irons as well. Dave did buy some new irons. He bought the Callaway DCB irons, the Apex DCB
That's
irons.
Right.
Last year. We want to see if any of the new irons, the new Stealth 2 irons, are they any better? Dave's shaking his head because he knows they would be targeted at a higher handicapper.
Well, that wasn't why.
Oh, right.
No, it's because if they do perform better, then I'll be looking at Mrs. Harrison again, and she'll be shaking her head even more.
Dave actually has to spend some money. So we're in now. We're going to go 5 drivers with each. We're going to take it in turn. So like I say, 5 with the Paradym first, then we'll go 5 with the Stealth. So far, the Stealth is slightly leading the race. Again, that was simply on dispersion. So it was tighter on the TrackMan. We saw down the fairway, it was much closer to the middle. We didn't have as many lost golf balls, and I will change that, and we have now got the fairway. Again, straight off there, Dave, straight up the middle. A great little draw there, guys. You'll see that on the screen now. We'll put it on there.
Oh.
We've got straight away 89 miles an hour, carried 196 and gone 240. So similar to the Ping last week, but straight down the middle. So that's the difference there. We're talking about down the middle of the fairway. You see that on the screen, some very good numbers. Right, sorry about the delay there, Dave. Took 5 minutes to get the tee into the ground. It is very cold today. So, second up here with the Paradym, a great start. So, a little bit out to the right. Strike-wise, Dave?
Felt toey.
Felt toey, okay. 87 miles an hour, so a little bit slower.
Yeah, pushed.
But there, a perfect example there, guys. It's 20 yards to the right, so it'd still be in the fairway, if not just off the fairway. 195 yards carry, but 231 again. So face the path was open there, came off the toe, but realistically, the previous one was a lot more closer to the centre, and there's not much difference. So when we're talking about off-centred hits, which we are for mid-handicap golfers, that is where we're trying to save you some lost balls. If we can still get good distance, we're going to start to lower that handicap. So Dave's just having a battle with the mat again.
Really going to fall out with it soon.
Shot number 3. So it'll be very interesting, guys, when we do get the normal Paradym. Will Dave improve on these numbers? It's going to be interesting.
Bounty, if I'm spending money, Chris, bounty.
12 handicapper, 90 mile an hour club head speed roughly.
Toey again.
Toey and low. So very low one there. We might get some run. 87 miles an hour again. Good club path. Okay, so there's a real low one off the face. So that was pretty much up the middle, give or take. 10 yards to the right, but a thin one. Okay.
Yes.
Caught the mat on the way back, which I did think put him off a little bit there. But 165 yards carry, but 210 total. So the only problem with that shot is, yes, it's down the middle. It's still a reasonable distance. He's lost around about 20, 30 yards. For an off-centred hit, a really off-centred hit is not too bad. Main thing is still down the middle for us there. But if there was something to carry, we might not have got over that.
There was something to carry, we wouldn't have.
No, we might have been in a ravine. Okay, so shot number 4.
Ooh, big right.
A big right. Okay guys, so Dave said there you'll see a big right on the screen. You can certainly see that it has missed the fairway. It's around about 35 yards to the right, so it could be in the trees, could be a lost ball potentially. But interesting there, nowhere near the middle of the face, Dave said.
Open club face as well.
Glancing below, but we've still got 201 yards and 232. So distance-wise, yes, it might be in the trees. Hopefully it's not lost at 35 yards, but it's a reasonable distance down there, Dave, still. So we've been, okay, we might be playing out, but it's still a longer way down there than what we saw with previous drivers. So last one with the Paradym. Straight up the middle, Dave. Strike-wise?
It felt bob on.
Bob on. Club path 0.0.
Oh, aye.
190 yards carry there, 234. So again, a good carry there still. Not as far as previously. We saw before Dave was getting out 210 yards, but that is simply today. It's a little bit cooler. Dave's not swinging. He's around about 4 miles an hour down, which would give about 10 yards. Again, strikes haven't been maybe as good as previously, but we're still getting out to a good total number. And if we look at the dispersion, yes, we had that one a long way out to the right. So as you'll see, guys, with the dispersion on the screen now, we can see that we've got 4 of the balls in the fairway, reasonable distance, so very similar for the top 4. We've got the one that was a little bit shorter. As we know, that was a very bottom strike, a real miss hit, but it's down, it's in the fairway, and it's in play. So even the 120 yards right, that's going to be on the fairway. The 135 yards right is going to be in the rough potentially. We know there's a bunker on the screen, as you can see, but very consistent there. Even with off-centered hits, I don't think Dave's hit one there out of the screws.
No, the 2 consistent ones are very consistent. There's like 10 yards between them, sideways, and not a
probably
great
a
deal.
couple of yards in it, yeah. So Dave there, we're looking at around about an average 235 total, and that's with miss-hit shots. So when we think about drivers previously with Dave, they've not been getting anywhere near that distance, and then they've also been quite erratic.
Yes.
Dave's not
Very,
been, and
very.
that, yes, erratic. So let's switch that over now. Let's go to the Stealth 2. Yes, it's very easy in here to hit these targets, but then we're going to get them out on the golf course. We're going to hit 3 shots out on the golf course. Again, we're going to try on a couple of different tee boxes, so it's not the same shot, so he has to adjust, see which one suits his eye best on the golf course, and then get a real answer, which one's the best, guys. So that is going to be on next week. So right, guys, so it is a bit fresh. We're in now with the Stealth 2, so obviously some good shots there with the Paradym. Again, not as far as previously when we tested it, but some nice consistency dispersion-wise, a lot of fairways hit, and a good distance for Dave. In the summer, Dave would more than take that. And the good thing is he felt confident over the club, which is the main thing. Dave hasn't felt like that for a long time. So straight in now,
over
Dave.
any club.
Oh, with any club, to be honest.
Ooh, high.
High on the face.
Yeah.
Down the middle. Again, direction-wise, club head speed up there, 90.
Better.
So a couple of mile an hour extra. Again, and a miss hit there, 192 yards carry, 210 total. So only reason for it not running out probably further is because it launched very high. You can see with that on the screen. 192 is only 4 or 5 yards behind the best carry with the Paradym.
Yeah, sorry, Chris, I'm smiling because I've managed to get the ball on the tee.
So now Dave's on fire with getting the ball on the tee.
Felt toey.
Yeah, a little bit low and left, so one of Dave's bad shots he's had previously. So you can see that is around about 50 yards. So I think that would be a lost ball, Dave.
Ouch, it certainly would at Garforth.
At Garth.
Be off the course.
It'd be off there. So I've screenshot that's put on the screen, guys. That is on there now. 163 yards, gone 215. So similar to the worst shot with the Stealth, but that would be a lost ball, definitely, especially at Garth.
This is the Stealth.
Oh, with the Paradym, I do apologise, Dave. Dave's on the ball this morning. So, you know, with that shot there, it is much worse. in regards to dispersion than the Paradym was. The Paradym would still be probably in play just about. That certainly wouldn't have been. And a little draw up the left-hand side. Be 20 yards to the left. 89.
That's not bad though. It's a good distance, I reckon.
I think so. Oh, let's have a quick look. Yeah, so not bad distance, Dave. 180 yards carry, ran out to 227. It was, you know, there around about 30 yards left, guys. So again, dispersion we can see here straight away with the Stealth. Not so good in here. But on the course next week, guys, what we'll do is we'll hit one off there with the Stealth, one off with the Paradym, and see which one is the most consistent.
That's really high.
Again, high on the face again, straight up the middle, high on the face. So again, club head speed pretty good, club path good. As we know, it's carried 183, only gone 196. So
didn't feel great.
a little bit left, high speed, 92.
Oh, awful shot.
So one of Dave's bad shots they did have before, that's gone 40, 50 yards left, so that would be a lost ball. 159 yards carry, 209, so very similar to the worst one with the Paradym. Yeah. And you'll see on screen, guys, the dispersion consistently left. So
we've got rid of the right-hand side of the course.
Yeah, very interesting. With the Paradym, we saw that we had a couple down the left and then we had a couple to the right, but the dispersion was much better. We can see here, left shots, you know, again, probably 2 lost balls there. The furthest shot was as good as the Paradym, but the others wasn't. So consistency-wise, we can see on the screen, guys, you'll also see that the total for the Stealth 2 was 212 yards on average, and for the Paradym was 229 yards. So very interesting there, guys. So 2 drivers there with Dave's specs, with Dave's shafts in there. Dave's been fitted for these shafts. It's the right loft. It's everything that Dave needs. We can see there, again, some people might say, well, yeah, but you hit 5 Paradyms first. Dave could be fatigued.
After 10 balls?
Dave's not.
I sometimes hit more shots than that on 1 hole.
Well, that's true. Dave's not fatigued, so it's a good comparison there, guys. Again, behind the golf ball, which one looked the best to you, Dave? Which driver sits the best? Which one would you prefer if you had to choose out of the 2 for looks?
Even though it's the Triple Diamond and it's really not for me yet, and I'd like to test the other one, it's still the Paradym for me.
Yeah, so Paradym's looking the best. Again, if we go on to performance straight away in here, it was the most consistent, clearly, over all the testing we've done in previous weeks. It's getting the best distances overall. The off-centered hits are still flying far enough for Dave. The one that you really miss hit, which everyone as a mid-handicapper is going to miss hit some. Dave's worst one still went down the middle and still ran to 210 yards. So not fantastic, but Dave would say that it's in play. The miss hits here with the Stealth 2, again, a little bit of pilot error, but not as consistent. We're nearly 20 yards further back. It's not carrying as far, but most importantly, dispersion. And that's going to be the biggest thing for amateur golfers to improve, to get from mid-handicap to single figures. Dispersion has to improve. We want consistency with distance, but we also need it on the fairway or your bad shots being in the rough. If we're in the trees and we're chipping out, we already know you're at a disadvantage. So guys, we're going to get out on the golf course now. We're going to hit 3 shots with each off different tee boxes. We're going to start to see which one then on the golf course feels better and performs the best. And then we're going to be waiting, potentially, for the Paradym to come to compare. Very interesting that the Triple Diamond is the best so far for Dave. It'll be great to see, obviously, with the normal Paradym, if that performs better, if that gets Dave more distance or it gets his dispersion in even more, because that's what I'm trying to improve with Dave, because that is how Dave is going to get from 12, hopefully, to the elusive 9.
Point something.
9 point anything. So guys, hopefully you've enjoyed that. Comment below, what irons do you want to see us test with Dave? We're going to be doing a lot of testing, and before we get out on the golf course again, we're going to be doing more course management with Dave when the season comes round and it's total different conditions to what we played in previously. As for now, guys, we'll see you again next week.
See you soon.